Hello and welcome to Odds on Champions League. We have now the third match day in the Champions League, and now we are going to analyze every single game. On Tuesday we have Atalanta Liverpool, we have Real Madrid Inter with Daniele Fisichella and Alvaro Romeo. And also remember, we've teamed up with Novibet, so if you leave a comment in this video you get the chance to win a £10 free bet. Just leave a comment to participate in the draw. And now let's go on with the show. After a second great week of the Champions League, only 1 week after, we can enjoy the third match day in the Champions League with Alvaro Romeo and Daniele Fisichella. Hello, guys.
Hello. Hey.
And the first game we have on Tuesday is Atletico de Madrid travel to Moscow to face Lokomotiv. I think it's going to be a tough one. Atletico struggle again to beat Salzburg. Finally, Joao Felix showed up. And Lokomotiv, they were a pretty good opponent for Bayern Munich. I don't know, Alvaro, if you see here Atleti winning comfortable, or it's a tricky game, I would say.
It is tricky. I don't think that they are going to win comfortably, but I think they are going to win. So I am expecting the following. I think that Atletico de Madrid is going to get a clean sheet because Simeone hasn't had any so far in the Champions League. And I think that in the first half, Atletico is going to get a draw and they are going to win the game in the second half. Which is something that gets paid for 10. So I'm going for that. That is my prediction. And Atletico de Madrid is going to be back on track and they're going to leave a clean sheet, which is paid 180.
Atletico de Madrid, loads of firepower up front. Joao Felix, he could have scored the goal of the season already last week, and Suarez, but they leave something to desire at the back. So I'm not totally with you with this, Alvaro. I think Lokomotiv Moscow, they are a bit unlucky. They do produce a lot, but they don't capitalize. They were a good proposition against Bayern. So I think they might either score first to take the lead, pays 4.33, or perhaps they score. But as we said, Atletico can go on the score sheet. So that's a little bit more of a conservative bet. Let's say both teams to score 2.38.
And on the bad side for Atletico de Madrid, they are not traveling well in the Champions League. Only one victory in the last 9 games on the road, 2 if we include this extra time against Liverpool. And that very same game that they won was exactly against Lokomotiv. Last season they won in Moscow 0-2, 0-2. So here Atletico is favorite, odds 1.65. I think it's a bit risky. If someone thinks Lokomotiv can get something, we have double chance on Oddspedia.com with very good odds for Lokomotiv, 3.28. So if Lokomotiv wins or draw, these are really good odds. And Atletico is fighting to get the second spot in this group because, of course, Bayern Munich is going to be on top of the group. But Daniele, they really struggled against Lokomotiv Moscow. They missed a lot of chances, we have to say that. And Salzburg, they are a pretty funny team. They like to attack. So here, I guess we should expect many goals.
Yes, absolutely. And we shouldn't expect Bayern Munich always to win just because they are Bayern Munich and because they are the champions. I think the game against Lokomotiv Moscow showed that they have some issues sometimes in the center back. Lokomotiv Moscow could have punished them more. Of course, they had a lot of chances and they recorded the 13th straight win in the Champions League, a machine. However, Salzburg, again, they look very good on the eyes. They have a lot of attempts on goal. They had so far 28 attempts on goal, one of the top teams in the Champions League. So obviously, they always go forward. They always try to score. That's how football should be played, in my opinion. But anyway, I think a draw pays 6. You know, you could go for it if you feel a little bit brave, a draw in Salzburg, or perhaps Salzburg to score in both halves, which pay a little bit less, 4.20, but still, I think it's a decent return for your money.
Actually, it's very risky, Alvaro, to bet on Bayern Munich because the odds are very low. As Daniele was saying, we cannot expect Bayern to win always, and to have good odds, we have to bet on Asian handicap -2 for Bayern Munich, odds 2.32. I don't know if you think this is going to be a comfortable victory for Bayern Munich in Salzburg.
I don't think that it's going to be that comfortable. I agree with Danny that Bayern is not perfect. The grass always looks greener everywhere, and obviously we fans, impartial fans, we look at Bayern and we think that they are doing great, but at the same time they've got their own issues, little issues in the centre back position, also in the midfield, but I do believe at the same time that they've got so much firepower going forward that at the end they end up scoring goals. Of course they will have a bad afternoon every now and then, and I think that their bad afternoon in Salzburg is going to be something that they will manage to revert. So I'm going for the following. I think that the Bayern Munich is going to win from behind. It's going to come back basically because Salzburg can score many goals, and I believe that Bayern has that pride and that power to come back from any adversity. And if Bayern wins from behind, that's paid £6, which is a great turnover, really.
Mm-hmm. And the next group is Group B, probably the most interesting one because all four teams can qualify, can get kicked out of the competition. And Shakhtar got a valuable point against Inter. I would say they were pretty lucky actually to get that draw. And Gladbach was pretty unlucky on the other hand to concede these 2 goals in the last minute against Real Madrid here. And there is no favorite actually. If we check the odds, we have Shakhtar 2.70, Gladbach 2.86. I don't know, Daniel, if you see someone here favorite than the other.
Difficult to call because these are probably the 2 underdogs in the group. Shakhtar, as you said, they were lucky against Inter, managed a 0-0 draw. They don't usually draw 0-0 in the Champions League, only the first one since 2015. On the other side, Gladbach, they squander leads. They always take the leads and then they throw them away. They are without wins in the last 3 European games, so they are a little bit unpredictable in this case. We could go for a Shakhtar win, as you mentioned. It could be maybe the home crowd, your advantage, or perhaps if Shakhtar can get something and get up to 5 points, you can go Asian handicap 0. So, you know, you can say Shakhtar get at least a point or maybe wins and he gets 2.23.
I like that one. You see the same, Alvaro? Here?
I think Gladbach is going to score because they have scored in every game in October, and they did so against Real Madrid as well, scoring a couple of goals. So the conservative bet here could be both teams to score, which is not great. It's only 1.57, but I think that will be the most logical outcome from this game. And then there is an odd that I really like, which is like Shakhtar to win coming from behind, because Shakhtar is a very good team as well. I mean, I love the blend of Brazilians that they've got there. They've got a lot of firepower going up front. They scored 3 against Real Madrid. So Shakhtar winning from behind is paid 13. And I believe that this is going to be the bomb in the group, something that is going to change the landscape of this group and is going to oblige Real Madrid and Inter to do their best against each other.
Alvaro is a lover of comes back. And probably the most interesting game on Tuesday, also because not only for the name of the clubs, but for the importance of this game, is Real Madrid-Inter. A funny thing actually about this game, they are not going to play in Santiago Bernabeu because Real Madrid is refurbishing their stadium. Is like last time they played together was in 1999 and they didn't play also in Bernabeu. They had to play in Sevilla because Real Madrid Stadium was suspended. But I think, and I'm sure Daniele remember pretty well the last time Inter Milan played in Bernabeu was not against Real Madrid, but against Bayern. And that time they won the Champions League. So I don't know, Daniele, what do you think about this game?
I mean, it's a classic. It's a classic of European games. It's been a final in the 60s as well. So there's a lot of history involved, and it's one of those games that I think both teams will approach it really, really carefully, trying to first to not concede, I would say. Also because, I mean, Inter's got 2 points, Real Madrid's got 0 points. They can't afford to lose.
One.
Sorry, 1 point. You're right. 1 point. They didn't lose against Gladbach. They almost lost. But that's the point I want to make. Even when Real Madrid looks vulnerable, they managed to score a couple. Probably the only team in the world that can do it. They had a bad game. They scored 2. Now, Inter at the back, they kept the clean sheet against Genoa. They kept the clean sheet against Shakhtar. But they might have issues, although Skriniar is coming back, and the defense looks a little bit better. So in reality, it's very tough to call. A draw pays 4. I know draws always pays a lot. It might be the most likely outcomes here, or because of Real Madrid always going behind in the first 2 Champions League games, something has to give. So let's say Real Madrid to score first this time, and it pays around 2/3.
Eduardo, what I learned about Zidane is that he is a master of escaping and surviving, and he has done it so many times. He did it in El Clásico the other day. Real Madrid did it against Borussia Mönchengladbach on Tuesday evening as well. So here, I do believe that Real Madrid is going to get the result. It's not going to be easy, of course, and probably they'll go back to the basics of June and July when they were very good defensively. And I believe that Real Madrid can be decent defensively just if they are in the right mindset and if they play with, at least Varane, Ramos, and Ferland Mendy plus one more, not Marcelo, please. And I think that Real Madrid is going to win 2-0. So basically, they are going to win leaving a clean sheet that is paid 4.40, which is really good. And I'm going to be super adventurous here. And if you go for the correct score for something like a low scoring game, 1-0 for Real Madrid is paid 12. A 2-0 for Real Madrid is paid 14. And I think that the game is going to be decided in those tight margins. So those are my bets.
You both agreed in a very tight game with low score. And a good market here is under 2.5 goals is 2.63. That is a very good bet, and you both agree on that. And if Group B is very interesting, no one knows which teams are gonna go through to the last 16 round. Is not the same for Group C. I think it's pretty obvious that Man City is gonna top the group, and probably Porto is gonna be the second one. A very, very decisive week for this group, because Manchester City here, they host Olympiacos. Alvaro was very optimistic about the Greek traveling to Portugal last week, and I'm sure they are not, Alvaro is not that optimistic now with Olympiacos traveling to Manchester here, and the odds are very low for Man City, 1.21, Alvaro.
Yes, I know, and you are right. I was very optimistic about Olympiacos going to Porto, and then I wasn't proven right. But there is something that I can tell you, and this is not a prediction, this is happening. Manchester City is doing much better in the Championship than in the domestic league. And I believe that this time they are going to cruise through in this game, and they are going to manage to get the victory. Look, there is something that I do like, which is the Asian handicap in the second half for Manchester City, because I believe that, this can be the kind of game that at the beginning Manchester City doesn't score, and then when they score the first goal, they score many, So in the second half, an Asian handicap of -2 for Manchester City is paid 3.85, and I see the game rolling out this way. Manchester City just killing it and enjoying themselves in the second half.
Well, I mean, I'm sure the Greek community that you're very fond of in UK probably disagree with you, Alvaro, but I'm with you on this one. Olympiacos, they don't travel very well in the Champions League. They are winless in the last 3. They don't even shoot on goal that much, only 6 attempts in 2 games. What is this, like an average of 3 per game? Not really much to trouble Manchester City, who look good in Marseille. I think they capitalize the chances. We could say Manchester City to keep the clean sheet, maybe, as they did at the Velodrome, 2.10, or an Asian handicap. I'm not so sophisticated with you with the second half, so I just go for Asian handicap of -2, which is normal, but that pays around 1.8. Sorry, I got it out coming from there. 1.8.
Yeah, you're right, Daniele. We always try to find odds around 2.0 with the Asian handicap, and so this is the line. And in this game, Man City is that favorite that we have to go to -2, as you said, like 1.87 or 86, or minus 2.5 if you want to risk a little bit more and think that Man City is going to win for 3 goals. This is 2.3. It's going to be tougher for Porto, but also they are favorites and they are looking pretty solid also in Europe, much more than in the Portuguese league. The same thing that is happening with Man City. They won last week as well their home game. Vieira, very young player, scored the first goal for Porto. Marcel looked really terrible, and I find here, Daniele, good odds actually for the victory of Porto. I think this could be a good bet here.
Absolutely, because Porto at the Do Dragao is a fortress. They won the last 6 Champions League group home matches, so it's pretty much a safe bet. As we said last week, they don't tend to score more than 2 goals, but they can keep a clean sheet. They demonstrated during the years. Marseille, they only scored 2 goals in the last 5 games in Europe, conceded 13. They're a bit leaky, I think. They will battle with Olympiacos for who goes on the Europa League. We could say maybe Porto to win at both half-time and full-time, so be a comfortable game for them, pays 3.1, or perhaps Porto to win 2-0, so a win with a clean sheet, pays around 3, and it sounds a lot, maybe 3, but I think you could go for it and be quite comfortable.
Daniele, you took my odds. Next time, Eduardo, I want to speak first, all right?
Okay.
I totally agree with this Italian man. He knows what he's talking about. I think that Porto is going to win both halves. It's going to be 5-50. And I do believe that Porto is going to leave a clean sheet this time, because I was so disappointed with Olympique Marseille. They don't offer any resistance to any adversity. So, a clean sheet for Porto, 238. Porto winning both halves, 5-50. You wrap it up, and probably Porto is going to, make a massive step forward towards the qualification to the last 16 round with the win against Marseille.
Mm-hmm. Good odds here for Porto's victory. As we said, we all think that they are going to win this game. Also, I think at least that in the next group, Group D, Ajax should beat Midtjylland, especially if the Dutch team want to qualify for the next round. But Midtjylland, now Alvaro first, because maybe Daniele has the same odds.
Thank you.
They were competitive at Anfield, actually.
They were, and actually, Eduardo, I think that they could have scored the equalizer before Mohamed Salah wrapped it up and put the 2-0 in the scoreline. I think that still Ajax, they are in real need of a win this time. And this is going to be the crucial moment for Ajax, because they've got a game against Midtjylland, and then they got the reverse fixture over there. They can get 6 points, and I'm going to go for the following. For both teams to score is 157, and then this is the crazy one. The Asian handicap of -3 for Ajax is paid 11, and I think that Ajax this time they can score goals, maybe not as many as they did score against VVV Venlo, but many goals, definitely.
Ajax, I think, is a team, they showed in Bergamo, they should have more points than what they actually have. They deserve more. They are exciting going forward. I mean, I like a lot Anthony, Traoré. These are players that, they can turn matches on these heads. On the other hand, they do concede 7 goals so far in the last 5. And I was impressed with Midtjylland playing a solid back line. So perhaps Midtjylland are going to go for it a little bit less than what they did against Atalanta. So why not saying under 2.5 goals in the game, which pays around 260, so a tight game. It could be an Ajax win, of course, or Ajax to score in both halves, and that it's around 230. So.
Here we have the line at -1 for Ajax. We have odds 2.16 if people want to bet on Asian handicap. Of course, the Dutch are favorites to beat the Danish team. And the last game we have on Tuesday is very, very interesting. Like always that Atalanta is playing, that always that Jurgen Klopp's teams are on the pitch. We have Atalanta, Liverpool. I think Atalanta proved already in this Champions League again that they are going to be a funny team. 6 goals in only 2 games, with Zapata scoring 3 goals. And Liverpool, this season they seem to struggle, but they keep winning. Do you think also, Daniele, they are going to keep winning in Bergamo?
But I think it's difficult to call, but obviously the experience of Liverpool against the exuberance, the youth of Atalanta, it could be a decisive factor. Obviously, Liverpool have got players used to play on these stages. Atalanta, although proved that even being 2-0 behind is nothing for them. They can turn games around in 5 or 6 minutes. They can score 2 and perhaps even go and win the games. Zapata is in great form, scored 5 in the last 10 Champions League games. Liverpool's got problems at the back, especially with injuries, but they got what in England called grit. You know, they can grind out results as well. It's not just about free-flowing football. Difficult to call. Perhaps you could go, if you're adventurous, Liverpool go to win from behind. Again, one of the Alvaro's comeback, he pays 8, so it's quite a lot. Or Atalanta to score first, which is 2.20, and you are a bit preserved on the outcome.
Eduardo, I will be quick with this. I think that both teams are going to score. That is 139. And I think that Atalanta is going to win this game because they are in need of winning more than Liverpool, definitely. And Liverpool is playing with the 4-3-3, with the 4-2-3-1. And I think that these changes may favor Atalanta because they're free-flowing football. They may find it easy to get a chance against a 4-2-3-1 formation, for example. So, you know, Atalanta to win is paid 3.44. I will put some money on that.
Good odds. If my memory is not wrong, I think Atalanta also beat last season Man City at home. And
almost.
Okay. And to finish Tuesday's games, I'm looking forward to hearing Alvaro's accumulator for Tuesday's games.
Let's go for that, Eduardo. Manchester City, Porto, Bayern, and Ajax will win.
And the odds?
The odds are over 4. I don't remember, Eduardo, if the exact number, it was 480, I believe. I don't know if you can confirm that.
So this time Alvaro is a little bit cautious. I like that also. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Speak soon.
Do you also think that Porto is gonna win easily at the Dragao? Do you think Real Madrid should beat Inter? I wanna know your opinion. So please leave a comment here in the video and you will also participate in a draw to get a £10 free bet with Novibet. Just leave a comment and you will participate in the draw. Also, thumbs up, like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to our channel and do not forget to click on the bell to get all the notifications. You can listen to all our videos also on Spotify. We have a podcast there. We will be back tomorrow with more action about this Champions League with all the games on Wednesday in Odds on Champions League.